the society we live in.
Yeah.
We live in this system, and that's why I was trying to say earlier, it all comes down to this system. Anybody will do, for the most part, anything for the money. And I don't just mean people that's pimping themselves out on TV or even really just, selling their bodies. I'm talking about people that go to a job every day that they hate. You sold out too. We all sellouts. You selling out. You're going to something that you don't like. Why? So you can live and survive. Life is, to me, life don't feel like it's supposed to be like that no more. You know what I mean? It don't feel right. It don't feel like somebody's time gotta be worth more than $8 an hour. You spend your whole day going to work, 8 hours out of your day. Day is only 24 hours. You're gonna sleep 8 of those. So right away, that's 16 hours. Half of your day is making $8 an hour. Even if you get 15 an hour and they trying to raise minimum wage, like what, to 15? An hour of my life is worth $15? Okay, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I gotta work, I gotta eat. You on a plantation, man. Basically what I'm telling you right now, what I realize is like the monetary, the material, even the success and like the things that you place your importance on, never can satisfy you and ever make you happy because they never end. There's no amount of money that will ever make you stop if money is what you care about. You'll keep going. Oh, I got $1 million, gotta get 10. Got 10, gotta get 100. Got 100, gotta get 5. Got 5, gotta get $1 billion. If it's cars, you'll never have enough cars. If it's women, you'll never have enough. You'll be chasing them forever. If it's success, you can never get enough of that. I realize that. It's like, it doesn't stop. It keeps calling you. It's like a drug.
It's a hamster wheel.
It's a hamster wheel. And it's like, you're never satisfied. But if you place your importance on this, which is like appreciation, love, it's like that is enough. There's enough of that in everybody's life right now if they just took the time to look. In my life, I just took the time to look around, people that's around me, the things that are around me, like the blessings I have, and that goes for everybody. The homeless man on the street can still wake up and go, man, I'm alive.
I got my limbs.
I got my fingers. Like, my man just gave me $1. He ain't have to do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he has things that he can appreciate, and we can, if we look for those things for happiness, then it's attainable. If we look to the other things for happiness, it's never attainable. You have to stop looking at what you don't have and what's not happening for you and start appreciating like what you do actually have. Like, my man, you got on a nice watch, like your hat is fresh, like you're in New York City, it's the land of opportunity, you know what I mean? You're a good looking guy, I'm sure you got maybe a girlfriend, like there's a lot of things, your family, there's a lot of things to be grateful for. And that's the only way you can climb out of like a place of focusing on what you don't have, is by focusing on like, man, what do I have to be thankful for? And everybody got something to be thankful for. Even a homeless man, if he wanted to, he could be like, yo, I'm breathing today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my arms work, my legs work. You can start very small, and it's a process, but that's how you can get up out like of a negative space like that. Say what's on your mind, speak what's in your heart and how you really feel. When you're trying to be something else, when you're trying to fit into what's going on, it's like you kind of stray away from your path a little bit. And sometimes you want to expand your style and like grow, and that's always good, but like never veer too far from who you are, as a person. This thing is a long distance race. This business is a long distance thing. You want to be relevant, you want to be around, you want to be providing for your family 10, 15, 20 years from now. You just said Jay-Z's about to be 44. He put out his first album when he was 25. That's 20 years of relevancy, and like, so that's what it teaches me, being around all of these guys. Even Uncle Wes, like, been in this for a while. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's been around the game of basketball for a long time. It's longevity. It's not, so when I make decisions, whether which single, this show or that show or this tour, should I get on this feature? Should I take this money to do this song? Or should I make my decisions more calculated about, is this something that's going to be relevant? Like, does this further my career, or does this, I think about things in that manner. What does this do for me in the long run?
Once you can become an expert at anything, if you can do it better than anybody else, somebody's going to pay you for that. All you have to do, somebody gave me an equation. If you spend 4 hours a day doing one thing for 5 years, you should become an expert at it. But do you know how hard it is to do one thing for 4 hours a day? I mean, really seriously do it, because like on your job, you don't really do your job the whole 8 hours. Really? Come on now. You don't really stand there for 8 hours and do your job. So imagine if you spent 4 hours doing something that you were gifted at. Suppose you took your God-given gift and did it for 4 hours a day. Do you know what you would be? I'm talking about that gift God gave you, the one he put in you at birth, the one that he gave every living soul at birth. If you did that, identified that and did that for 4 hours a day, 5 years in a row, I promise you, you will have a life beyond your dream. That's in the Bible. That ain't no theory of mine. Just identify your gift and do it for 4 hours a day and watch what happens to you. Average person don't want to do that. I tell jokes for 4 hours a day, and I've done it for 30-some years. Your gift will make room for you. That's in your Bible, your gift, not your passion, your gift. You know, sometimes, man, it's good to hear from somebody that you might think is successful that can share a piece of information, because a lot of people, that's really all that's missing from a person going from this level to the next level. It's just a piece of information. It's not money, it's information. Because being successful is just knowing the principles of success. Like if you understood a very simple principle, the principle of gratitude, do you understand that if you were to wake up every day and go down the list of things and just tell God what you're grateful for? Don't wake up a single day without going down the list of things you're grateful for. It could be something minute. You know, waking up, you should really thank him every day. If you wake up every day and you go down the list of things that you're grateful for, what God does in return is he gives you more things to be grateful for, because he's a very wise and generous God, right? If you're not grateful for the things I've given you and you have no gratitude for it, and that seems to be really mundane to you, it's burdensome, why would I overload you with some more stuff that you ain't grateful for? See, gratitude, man, people don't understand how important that little thing is. Even if you don't have a plan, even if you don't know what your next move is, if you just woke up every day and just thanked him, the very next day, I promise you, not me, he promises you, that he'll give you more to be grateful for. You'll be stunned how that, just change that one little thing. Show gratitude and then watch him give you a whole lot more stuff to be grateful for.
Have you ever thought about something you wanted to do and you procrastinated, you talked yourself out of it? There's a proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm. And so, as you look at your goals and dreams, every day we must convince ourselves, we must sell ourselves on that it's possible. Every seminar, every workshop, every book that I've ever read, every speaker that I've ever heard, it interrupted what I was believing about myself. Everything that you do, everything matters. As you go through each day, I know now as I look back at age 63, looking at my life, everything matters. T. Harv is right. How you do anything is how you do everything. And I realized that the choices I was making was based upon how I saw myself. It's necessary, as you look at your goals and your dreams, it's necessary that you have a strategy and a game plan to change the story that you believe about yourself. And that's an ongoing process. I've discovered, and many people have, that what we do, what we accomplish, what we produce is a result of the story we believe about ourselves. My favorite book says, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so as I began to work on myself, I realized that I'm getting out of one story and stepping into another story. As I become aware of some things, there's still some things I'm not aware of. So I'm still growing, I'm still developing. But I realize that you have to work on yourself on a regular basis for mental mindset and stamina. Because things are going to happen to you I believe that the reason that most people go to their graves with their talents and abilities and skills in them is because of the fact, number one, many are like me. They didn't know that they didn't know and thought they knew. I thought I knew myself, and I really didn't know myself as well as I thought. I've discovered that sometimes people can take you to a place within yourself that you can't go by yourself. Make it important to become financially independent. You know, people say money won't make you happy, but everybody want to find out for themselves. A friend of mine named Rita Davenport said, money's not important, but it's right up there with oxygen. And let me tell you something, fellas, even if you're as homeless as I am, you got some money, some women will find something cute on you. Oh, he's got eyelashes like Tom Cruise. He's got to walk like Denzel Washington, you know. I used to be so broke I'd walk past a bank and trip the alarm. Creditors would call a house and my children would answer the phone and say, my daddy say he's not home. Yeah, see, ladies and gentlemen, it makes a difference. The only time I really appreciated having money was when my mother became ill. I was a state legislator in Columbus, Ohio from the 29th House District, Whitehall in the Upper Linden area. And my brother called me and said, Leslie, yes, Mama's been sick and we're going to put her in a nursing home. I said, wait a minute, Wesley, we can't do that. Get Margaret Ann on the phone. She's on the phone. Get Linda and Leonard. They're all here, Leslie. Listen to me. Mama used to work in a nursing home. She said she never wanted to go into one. I promised her when I was 10 that I would take care of her. We would do whatever was necessary to take care of her. He said, we knew you would feel like that. And this is why we did such a thorough job interviewing the various nursing homes. And we have found the one that's ideal, and Mama would love them. I said, hold it, just a minute. She didn't clean their behinds. She took care of us. See, I had a problem. I couldn't understand how one woman, third grade education, 46, domestic worker on Miami Beach, can raise 7 children who couldn't take care of themselves, but 7 children couldn't take care of one woman. I had a problem with that. So I resigned from the Ohio legislature and I went back to Miami to take care of Mama. And I'll never forget taking her to Jackson Memorial Hospital. And when we went in, the receptionist said, as she looked at my mother, looked at me, she didn't say, how you doing? Are you uncomfortable? Are you in any pain? My mother at that time, she was in her 70s. The lady just said, what kind of insurance do you have? And I stepped forward and I said, she has Les Brown Unlimited. Give my mother what she needs. I can write a check for her. It gives you choices. It determines the difference in life and death, the ability to afford health care, the quality of education that you can provide for your children, the ability to make a difference in the community. I'm doing training with young people in an area of Chicago called Englewood, where more young men have been killed in Englewood than in the Iraqi war. Teaching them how to develop their minds, how to develop their communication skills, how to dress like a prospect rather than a suspect, how to stay away from negative people and develop the skills to make it in a global economy. Money makes it possible for me not to have to depend upon some government agency to make that happen. So as you look at yourselves, make it important that you find some way to use your talents and gifts to generate the income that allow you to control your destiny. I read something that said, either you control your destiny or someone else will. Here's the other thing. Take care of myself. Yeah, so you got to take care of yourself. I'm 63. I can do 140 push-ups nonstop after warming up. I couldn't do that when I was 20 years old. And the reason that I do that, the exercise reduces the possibility of cancer reoccurring by 32% or spreading by 30%. It helps to reverse the aging process and keeps you younger, keeps your mind sharper, and allow me to take care of my temple so I can continue to do my work, so that you can continue to do the good work that you were sent here to do. So you got to make it important to take care of yourself. Put that at the top of the list, because you can't do well and can't do good work if you don't feel good. We don't want to be like the man who said, if I'd known I'd live this long, I'd have taken better care of myself.